Here we are in Melbourne, just after the women's final, which was a big fight, a marathon. But you know, Caroline Wozniacki won a marathon in New York.
She didn't win the marathon, but she ran a marathon. That's part of it. I don't think that anyone doubts Wozniacki's fitness in these long matches. You know that it's not going to be a physical issue that knocks her out of a match like this. Yeah.
Sure. So she won this marathon, but that maybe for her was even more important. It was her first slam. Finally, it was the first Danish to win this slam. It's going to be back again number one in the world 6 years after a long gap. Plus, she will be there for 68 weeks now at least, which is a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, Caroline's stats are amazing in her career. She's now going to have 68 weeks at number one at least. She's probably going to get it. She has to defend the Doha and Dubai final, so she might not actually hold on to number one for that long in this stretch, but she has now a ton of weeks number one, now a Grand Slam, 28 titles in her career. That's a ton. Those are Hall of Fame numbers for Wozniacki, I think, and it's impressive. And it shows how much importance people put on the Grand Slams, that we sort of treated her like an incomplete player. You know, an incomplete career.
Just because she hasn't won a slam.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you don't win a slam, it's like if you're nobody.
Right, no, exactly. But I think I would have always argued that I thought even before today that Carolina had a better career than Stosur or than Schiavone. You know, players who had that one slam but generally weren't as consistent throughout their whole careers.
Of course.
Caroline was one title, at least one title a year for a lot of years in a row. So she's been a very good professional on court and off court, and a lot of people are probably very happy and relieved that she gets to finish her career with at least one Grand Slam.
Yeah, I think she deserved, even if I don't want to say that Halep didn't deserve, because Halep too, I mean, number one in the world, this was her third final, I mean, not too lucky in the first two, not too lucky tonight.
And all of her finals were good. All of her finals were 3-set matches. I mean, Wozniacki kind of got, the other two finals in the US Open weren't very close for her, against Clijsters and against Serena. But Wozniacki, I think had fewer chances left. She's older. She broke into the top 10 for the first time 9 years ago. So she's been around the tour for a long time. And Halep still feels younger, still feels like she has more chances. Could win the French Open. And I think Halep is better on both grass and clay than Wozniacki. I think Wozniacki had to win a hard court Grand Slam. So she had fewer chances because of that.
Yeah, I do agree. I do completely agree. And then in the second set, which Halep won, she had to save eight break points. I mean, or 7 break points maybe.
In that third game, maybe.
In different games. I mean, she had plenty. You know, on the third game she saved 4. Then she saved another 2 at the end. I mean, so she won it, but
there were some big fights in this match. Some really long games thrown in there. A couple of really marathon games back and forth early in a couple of the sets.
There were 2 games of 18 points, and they both were won by Halep.
Yeah, and then she still didn't win the match. So that just shows what a tough sport it is, what a tough match it can be, and tough everything. And it's indicative of the women's tournament. I thought the women had a very good tournament overall here in Melbourne. The quarterfinal round wasn't great, but every other round pretty much the women, I thought they had a really good tournament. I think it's another Grand Slam in a row, maybe even 4 in a row. They've had clearly a better tournament than the men, who haven't been as interesting, I think, a lot of the time.
I wanted to point out exactly this. I mean, the men's tournament was not so exciting until now. I mean, we don't know yet what will happen in the final. But to be honest, I mean, we were expecting better matches in the men's. Maybe the loss of Nadal didn't. But he lost to Cilic, who was playing very well, who could have won the third set even if he lost it. So, just to end this short conversation, what do you expect to happen between Federer and Cilic?
I think Federer is the favorite. He's been playing so well and moving so well, and everything seems complete. Cilic is playing good, but not amazing. I think Cilic hasn't been as good at this tournament than he was at Wimbledon when he made the final, or at the US Open when he made the final, his 2 previous Grand Slam finals. But he's been solid enough. I think he'll have to step up a lot to play Roger. He's been making a lot of errors, hasn't been as consistent, and Roger won't give you a lot of, too many cheap errors. I think Roger will win. I hope it can go 4 or 5 sets maybe, but I think Roger's a pretty clear pick for me.
Okay, tomorrow we'll ask you if he wins the headline that I have to make. Because after Roger winning one match, one tournament after that, we don't know anymore what to think.
You should honor your culture and do the Roman numerals. Do Fed XX
XX, okay.
Number 20.
Okay.
That's pretty good, right?
That was very good. Bravo, bravo, Ben Rothenberg from the New York Times. Thanks a lot for being with us.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Ciao.